Starbucks. But this has nothing to do with their earnings, Pete. Everything to do with leadership, because they picked a new leader, a CEO who's going to start September 9th. He just happens to be the CEO from Chipotle, CMG. And that's why Starbucks is up 20% today, Pete. It ain't the 3% drop in coffee prices. It's that Brian Niccol is perceived as a guy that could actually turn this thing around.
Well, and not only is Starbucks up, call it 21%, wherever it is right now. It's been moving around. It's had a huge move today. You also look over at Chipotle. That's down 16%. So they're getting hit pretty hard because this is a guy who came in at a very difficult time for Chipotle. They had all kinds of health issues and this, that, and the other. He came in, he fixed it. He came from Taco Bell, and he absolutely crushed it for them, John. I think that the early tea leaves are saying he's going to crush it as well for Starbucks. The only issue that I've got right now, though, John, is in the economy that we've got, are people willing to still spend that $5.50 for that cup of coffee, right? I mean, that's kind of where we're going here. And I think that's what, we're seeing. And they're going to have to come up with some very interesting things. Not that he can't do it. I think that he can. But this is a much different situation than he took before. This one's more about how do they become more profitable. The other one was we've got to clean this thing up, and then we're going to worry about the profitability, which did come. And they absolutely have crushed it the entire way through. And you look at CMG, it's been an absolute just bottom left to the upper right, Dennis Gartman all the way kind of a stock. But Starbucks, they have struggled for a long time, John. They have been struggling for over a year or more at least in terms of what they've been able to do and watching that stock and the easing back. It's just been absolutely crazy. I will say this. It's trading at about a 20 PE, which is fairly inexpensive. So from that perspective, they are doing some things right, but they've got to get those sales up again. And they have not been able to do that because China's in a bit of a tough time right now, as well as the U.S., and that's what's hurting them.
Yeah. Your question, Pete, that I think is very valid is, are consumers going to continue to spend $4, $5, $6 for a cup of coffee when they can go somewhere else? They go to McDonald's and pick the same thing up for less than half the price and maybe not wait in as long a line. But, that little green mermaid on the cup, that's why a lot of people do it. It's a status symbol.
Yeah.